It is possible that what happens to you today actually brings benefit to tomorrow. It really is a frame of mind that you're in, where you think the best and the positive out of things. That success is going to start to come to us because we are visualizing that success in our life. And what you put out in the world, you get back. Welcome to Creating Creative Success with Carolyn Mara. I'm Carolyn Mara, and this is Creating Creative Success. Today, we're going to talk about the power of positive thinking, about lucky girl syndrome, the law of attraction, and all things that bring good into our lives, and the fact that how we frame it and how we think about it can make a difference. I'd like to start with an old Chinese proverb, which the first time that I heard was really powerful to me. And the purpose of this is more to not let yourself get dysregulated, but I'm going to start with it because it brings us from that negative spot kind of up into the middle, and then we're going to go even higher to the positive thinking. So it's the story of a farmer, and this farmer has these horses, and they escape, and they get away, and his neighbor comes over and says, "Oh my goodness, what terrible luck. Your horses just ran away." And the farmer said, "Maybe." The neighbor's confused and leaves. And then the next day, his horses come back home with 5 new wild horses. And the neighbor comes over and says, "My goodness, what incredible luck you have." And the farmer says, "Maybe." And then the following day, the farmer's son decides to ride one of the wild horses. And when he's riding the horses, he falls and breaks both of his legs. And the neighbor says, "My goodness, what terrible luck." And the farmer says, "Maybe." Finally, the day after, sergeants come through town looking for young, strong, healthy men to enlist in the army. But because the farmer's son has broken legs, he is not asked. And the neighbor says, "What wonderful luck." And the farmer says, "Maybe." I love this story because it shows that while somebody could be completely devastated over something happening or completely elated over the good luck, in the end, the dysregulation of your emotions and what it can do to you, you never know what tomorrow will bring. It is possible that what happens to you today actually brings benefit to tomorrow, which is what I want to keep moving on to with this power of positive thinking. While if we let ourselves become so dysregulated when something bad happens or think of all the negatives, there isn't the ability for the positive to come to us. So when I first heard the idea of lucky girl syndrome, I wasn't exactly sure what it was. Lucky feels positive. Syndrome feels like something that you have to live with that maybe you wouldn't want to live with, but that it's innately there. The more I discovered about it, it really is a frame of mind that you're in, where you think that you're lucky. You think the best and the positive out of things. And the reason that people that have lucky girl syndrome continually become lucky is because they believe that they have luck, so they try for things that somebody who might not necessarily believe that they had luck would go for. For example, someone who thinks they're lucky might see an attractive mate and decide to go reach out to them. They think, "I can get that guy. I'm lucky. I've got it in me." And because of the confidence to go out and seek out that partnership, they're much more likely to get it than somebody who thinks, "I'm not lucky at all, so there's no reason to even try." It's like you're waiting to be hit over the top of the head with something good, but you're not putting yourself out there trying to get it. And in life, in success, in business, in creative business, the more you reach out, the more you try. If you think, "I'm lucky, I've got a chance, good things come to me, I'm going to apply to this grant and that grant and this grant because I believe that I can get it," the more you keep doing it, the better chances that you have to accomplish it. Somebody who sits around feeling like they're not worthy and they're not trying because they're not worthy, or they're not putting their best effort in because they don't think that they have it in them, they're not going to succeed. So it's like the more you do, the more chances you have and the more that's going to come to you in the end, which is why embracing lucky girl syndrome, there's a lot of wonderful things on the law of attraction. What you put out in the world, you get back. It's because when you believe that things can happen, they are more likely to happen. I heard this, which I thought was really a nice way to understand this philosophy a little bit. You decide, I'd like a pair of gold shoes. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing people with gold shoes more and more. And you're like, wow, there's a lot more gold shoes in the world than I thought that there were. Or has it ever happened to you where you hear about something and then all of a sudden you start seeing it, or you want something and there's more of them than you ever imagined? It is because our brains have to filter out so much of what happens around us. There's so much stimulus around. You're walking down the street, you can't physically see every person's shoes. And if you are not in the mind thought of a gold pair of shoes, you might not see a pair of gold shoes that are over there or over there. It seems like a rare thing, and if they were to exist, you would see them. But if they're not in your realm of thinking, your mind filters things out. It has to, because there's so much to see, so many little details passing by us every day. But when we laser focus into something, we start to see it, like they pop out, like those picture games where you have to see the hidden things. When you're looking for it, you're going to be more likely to see it. So if we start to put out into the world what it is that we want, what is in our grasp, we're going to be more likely to bring it into our world and to see it and feel it and experience it. And that success is going to start to come to us because we are visualizing that success in our life. And in order to have the success come to us, not only do we have to put the work in, but we have to believe in it. Here's another example. And another thing that if you know me, you've heard me say for sure. If you smile for a full minute, even if you feel sad or you're crying, like the physical act of smiling, like I'm just going to sit for a second and smile, like cheeks up, it brings a positive, happy wave over your body. It is unbelievable if when you wake up first thing in the morning, you spend a full minute smiling, physically smiling, deep breaths and smiles, how it can bring a positive feeling to your body and a positive outlook to your day. The physical act of lifting our mouths up, and it takes energy, it takes strength in your cheeks to smile. And that smiling is good for our endorphins. It's good for our psyche. It's good for our serotonin levels. I don't know. I feel like everybody needs to sit for a second and just smile really, really big and see what it does for them. Deep smiling moment. The other thing that is really important when we speak about the power of positive thinking and the law of attraction is gratitude. So many people, especially over the last few years, have become the idea of having gratitude journals, writing down 5 minutes a day spent writing what you're grateful for. And it's really important. This is not just being grateful for your health and your children and your success. Like, you every day need to pick different things. You need to be grateful for small things, maybe the smell of your coffee in the morning, the way that it tastes, the warm sun hitting your legs when you sit by the window and it's coming in, the sound of rain, little things that you can reflect on in the day that you can really be appreciative for, that you enjoy, that you like, that bring you happiness, that bring you pause. Things, the taste of a special chocolate that you were able to have that you rarely get, a childhood memory that comes into your mind because of something that happened that day. Taking the time to reflect on what you are grateful for and focusing on those things brings how much goodness there is in your life. It brings how much there is to be grateful for and the good that happens and reminding you of the good that happens. And when you see how much good happens to you, you can think about how lucky that you are to have all of these things. And it can feed into your lucky girl syndrome that good things happen to you and bring into your confidence and help you manifest positive and good things coming into your life. So you can bring positive things into your life. And spending the time, look, I'm constantly giving ideas, things to do to better yourself. It's obviously very difficult to accomplish all of it. Saying you're going to do gratitude, that might be something you do for 1 year, that you dedicate that year as your year of being grateful. Maybe it's something that you say, I'm going to do it every Wednesday. I'm going to spend my Wednesdays taking a moment. And while it's not a consistent daily practice, it's a consistent weekly practice. And that's wonderful. Or you can take time with your children or your spouse or a friend and discuss things that you're grateful for. You just want to bring this energy, this positive energy, this grateful feeling, this luckiness, all these good things that are in the world that are right at your fingertips, at your grasp, because they are. And the more that you remind yourself and manifest it into the world, the closer they are to you. You can grasp them to you achieving. And reminding yourself that something bad that happens, going all the way back to the farmer. Sometimes when something bad happens, something even greater comes from it. And I go to the eventual birth of my daughter, something that took me years and years and many miscarriages and lots of tears and moments of wondering if the universe was against me. How could I have another miscarriage? How could this happen to me again? And I'll say it, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I would go through every single heartache and tear to end up with her in my arms. And it was all for her. And she was who I was meant to have. And she came at the exact right time. And it wasn't something that I could see at the time. But that experience has led me to see, as things continue in my life to not turn out the way that I imagined or hoped or wanted them to be, that there is a reason and a purpose, and there is something good just around the corner. And from heartache and from difficulty, there is rainbows after the storm. There's a reason they say that. The rainbow comes after the storm. And looking at it like that makes the storm easier and makes you strive for whatever the rainbow is going to be. I hope what you take from today is the importance of positive thinking, the law of attraction and attracting good, of believing that you are lucky and then you shall be lucky, and bringing gratitude into your life so that you can see all the good that is out there and that you have the possibility to achieve because it's in your grasp. You just have to believe that it is. Thank you so much for being here and for listening to another episode. I look forward to seeing you next time. Please comment and like and subscribe and let me know if you have any questions or things that you'd like me to talk about. I love doing these little chats and I appreciate that you're here.